Ska vi se.
Never trust the man, just to see how collect.
Never trust the man, you never know. Kom upp här då.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Ja.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound
The
silly,
garden.
but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr.
More
Bickle
than
was trying to help
disturbing.
us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well.
Mrs. Rabe.
Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you.
Tar vi en liten sug.
I hope it's not too late.
Nej, det behöver inte va?
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Alohomora.
Hello, Hamora. Oj, där var vi. Jaha. Ska vi hit på natten och kolla, ja. Bra, bra, bra. En var näst. Tur. Och någon här borta.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order.
Jaha, ja, du
When I
lyssnar på någonting vad han
returned,
säger.
he was holding the note.
Jag hoppas vi
What
löser
was
det
in the
då.
note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man, but when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping, and I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Vänta lite så. Den ska jag ha.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note that might help me to identify it should I come across it?
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Revelio.
Jag hörde. Här är någonting. Jag orkar inte med det nu. Det är låst. De låsen har jag inte, va? Nej.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere. Revelio.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow.
I might speak with you.
I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by
Ja,
now.
just det, vi ska ha en-
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people
Boogie.
talking,
God morgon,
as you
god morgon.
already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Allting bra, Boogie.
Revelio.
Massa sådana. Aha. Ska vi köra. Ding, 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 ding. Det är den som jag på. Jag har inte på någon nu bara för det. Den kan vi ta sen. Då kan jag inte göra det.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Pushing a plow is good, honest work.
Ja, man kan inte göra det. Det kan man inte vinna.
Sprightly though, isn't he?
Nej, det kan jag inte ta heller. Ding, 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 ding. Oj. Springer som jag vore
Natty must be around here somewhere.
kanaka. Amen! The trucker. Ja, jag springer in där mellan.
Has there ever been a vampire?
Hog Helsing.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio! Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
I need to find her quickly. Ding, ding,
Prince
ding.
led to this room. There must be another way forward.
Ja, kan det vara den? Är det den? Nej. Är det den?
hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
They don't seem to care.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
I've robbed every traveling vendor that's passed through here.
Yes, there've been mistakes, but I can't complain. If I'm to think, it's not gonna work. Using that girl as bait, no one's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone. What? Not my fault if a customer skips the fine print and I have to break a few bones.
Potato! Predictable. Afraid.
Expulso! You don't stand a chance. Rookwoods don't go down easy. You'll feel twice the pain if I have to come and find you.
Pathetic!
I know you're there.
Come on, too afraid to fight back?
I could do this all day.
Was that meant to be an... What are you for, son? Electrician.
Let's see what you make of it.
Now where did he go?
I know your kind.
Guy, I'll see more courage in a Porlock.
You will pay for your deed.
Steph! From above! Not going well for you.
Can't hold out forever. Great mistake. You're going to regret that. Don't think you're going to get out of this alive. You will pay for your deed.
Oj, 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 oj.
Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Natty must be here somewhere.
Revelio.
Confringo! Revelio.
Han kommer här ut. Ah! Ja, det var den. Kommer jag härifrån då? Ah.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
Nej. Vart ska vi gå då? Den är tagit, va? Ja.
Confringo. Bombarda.
Nej. Jag har kört fast. Jag vet inte vart jag ska. Ja, det är tack.
Tego.
Fan, är det?
Reparo.
Vart ska vi då?
Revelio.
Jag kommer det bara på andra sidan här, så det kommer från innan.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Nej. Vem ska vi prata med först? Den personen skulle vi prata med först.
Mr. Rabe? Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Ja. I will find it. I will find it. Det är någonting här.
Mr. Abe's wand could be in there. Alohomora.
Jag kände det på mig också att det var här den skulle vara.
Mr. Abe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back.
Ja.
Mr. Abe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Jag springer undan. Vi pratar med han med. Nettie! Hej.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
Nej, det är
My
inte jag.
pleasure.
Det är han
And
i
thank
Isco.
you, my friend.
Jag gör
We
ingen
owe our
hilding.
lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Ja, damn.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Must pay. Ja, vart ska vi då? Jag har tagit allting som går att ta.
Revelio.
Amen. Ja, man måste gå tillbaka här. Kom till pappa. Du får smaka på... Ja, jag vet inte vad du ska smaka på. Hey, it's the door. Kom. Betty. Oj, om vi ska slåss, då ska jag ha det. Är du med?
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Yes. Det ska vi göra. Det är rätt kul detta spelet när jag börjat komma in i det.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Authorities. Nej, vi är tuffa nu.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations.
Just.
I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this.
Ja, nya
Natsai,
Voldemort.
you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Okay.
I had plenty of opportunity to pursue anything I wanted. The brain.
Nu ska vi gå in i...
Spare a canut, a sickle, a galleon. You have my thanks.
Revelio.
I could go on tour.
I wish I paid more attention.
Jag måste klappa katten. Ja, gis. Det är Kendys gis.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Revelio.
Nu ska vi gå upp här.
I'm sure you had your reasons, but breaking as well with Lawley's home wasn't the brightest idea.
Vi gör lite sidequest samtidigt. Går in här. Nej. Var det tracker? Det var upp en till eller?
Mine now, demiguise.
Jag samlar ju dem på natten bara. Men samlar dem bara på natten. Varför vet inte jag. Men det är något som spelet går ut på. Nu ska vi se. Har vi ett sidequest. The unicorn. Ska vi se. Tell me worried about the unicorn friend. Ja, den behöver vi inte göra än. Jag vet vad vi ska göra. Vi ska hoppa till... Jag har ju fullt i mitt... sånt. Jag kan inte plocka upp mer gears eller vad det var. Kunde inte plocka upp med gears. Gear. Vad har du för gear and talent? Sämre. Den är bättre. Tar vi dig. 94. Så får man sy på något sånt där. Ja. Det får vi sälja. Ja. Den kan vi inte ha än. Den har vi nu va? Ja. Säljer vi dem. Ja. Vad fan var det då? Det var glassökon. De som säljer allting där. Säljer vi allting där. Den var bättre tydligen. Den är bättre. Vänta. Ja, den är bättre. Den har bara. Då åker vi och säljer detta. Men tog jag rätt nu? Rube. Om de tar vi den. Jag tror jag utan handskar. Nej, vad är detta? Vad håller jag på med? Måste det vara. Så. Då åker vi tillbaka. Den var rapa. Nej. Ja, så säljer vi. Nu ska vi se, vi ska hit in.
You're back. Nice to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Vad kan jag köpa av andra? Nej.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Revelio.
Jag kommer inte in i dem än, nej. Av 25. Stylish uniform. Jag kör den då.
Lumos.
Jag tror inte det är här någonstans. Och då är andra hållet och då kan jag inte ta det. Nej, ta M. Vi kollar quest istället. Quests. The Shadow of the Mountain. Hur många sådana har jag? Inventory. Den tar vi först.
I'm not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this. Revelio.
An intruder!
Ja.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
Ja, men. Det ska vi absolut göra.
Revelio. Revelio.
Vad han har här då?
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Welcome. I am Bernard Indiaye, and this is my shop. Is there anything I can help you with?
What do you sell here?
Glad you asked. I sell the finest array of beast byproducts you'll find in the entire countryside. If you don't believe me, feel free to look about. Eventually you'll return. They always do.
I'm curious to know what's happening in Feldcroft. Might you have any insight?
An incredibly unpleasant goblin called Belgroth the Bludgeoner has been tormenting everyone he encounters. Feldcroft borders goblin country. But we've always lived in peace with their kind. Until recently, that is. Some claim that Belgroth and his associates are in league with Ranrock. I don't know if there's truth to it. Whatever the case, their constant meddling is devastating business. Everyone feels unsafe. It's quite serious.
Gick det bra i kod då? Jag har det riktigt bra.
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today?
Ja, men sånt har jag. Sorry.
Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by anytime?
Ja, vad trevlig du är. Och drar vi vidare. En stream? Ja, men det var gött det i alla fall. Jag ser om jag och Conny orkar köra kod idag.
What's that? Not your best fun.
Kör du gaming tack så mycket för att du följer.
You won't get away with that.
Okej. Det behöver vi. Är den grynig? Då får vi ändra det sen. Så nu ändrar det när jag... Jag tror det är... Det är inte bra, då får vi ändra det.
Oh, nice to see you here. Ah, isn't the sea air...
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I needed to tell you what I've learned. I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne.
Nej, lugnt
I
mami.
need to see her.
Tackar. Tack för rejden.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't, I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to...
Ska vi se. Så det kan vara här. Kanske det blir bättre.
Side to what I've read about this catacomb.
Nu kanske det blir bättre.
I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Fringo!
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Ja, ska vi se, vi behöver nog den.
Opening all of these is tempting.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified. This room is taller than it looks.
Givetvis kommer det mera. Nej. Nice. Här ska vi kunna öppna sen antagligen då. Fan, vilken var det?
Bombarda!
Var den?
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
Ännu mer spindlar.
All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems. Often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly.
Confringo!
We'll be fine, though.
Scarf. Ja, men det var inte här något mer bra. Gå tillbaka. Vart kom vi ifrån? Ska vi ner här, tror jag? Ja, det ska vi. Ja, det ska vi. Mer såna här jävla spindlar.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. There's something here by the altar.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Var nog inte där. Inte där.
Here! Wingardium Leviosa!
Nej.
Reparo.
What did you find?
Ingenting.
Reparo.
Nej. Nej, jag tycker fel. Det är bra bild. Ja, tack. Tack, Black Shadow.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Nej, men jag tycker fel.
Potato!
Jag tror.
Confringo!
Jag ändrade FPSen lite, om det var det som gjorde kanske. Jag ska inte säga att det är det, jag är så jävla dålig på datorer. Men tack för att du sa att det var bra. Man som får tvätta sina glasögon.
Reparo. Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room. Which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Ja, kolla så vi inte ska spela World of Tanks, men Tobbe har inte sagt något än.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Jo, det är bara fint.
Brilliant.
Och jag har inte gjort någon lurk än.
There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or, in this case, no bone.
Är det den?
Bombarda!
Nej. Är det här då?
We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory.
Det är som ett ben. Någonting ska vi säkert göra nu.
Reparo.
Nej, jag tog fel.
Here. Wingardium Leviosa.
Nej, jag tar dig för.
Reparo. Wingardium Leviosa. Here. Wingardium Leviosa.
Ah!
Here. Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Ja, jag tyckte det var ett tag jag fastnade överallt, men
Wingardium Leviosa.
nu har jag kommit in en bit igen. Och jag kör på easy för jag är så jävla kass på det. Jag vill bara spela igenom det. Kolla!
You've done it.
Yes, Leviosa.
I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice. Revelio.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something.
Okay.
The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea,
down,
except when it comes to
down.
unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
Okay.
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell
det är
to
sån här
master.
skit igen. Jag är så kass på den. Så vi ser. Ja. Det var enkelt.
Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Nu ska vi plocka pengar. Vi behöver cash ska man ha. Vi går in här först.
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic,
Whoa.
isn't it?
Nej, jag får dra vidare. Det är inte vart vi ska. Det här. Varför tar jag alltid fel?
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I tried. That worked. Keep going.
Jag måste ta dem i rätt ordning, men hur fan ska jag veta det? Jo. Den och sen den.
This looks different than what we faced before. Now we're also dealing with rune symbols.
Där var jag en till. Och så vi har den och sen... Vänta, vi tar... Sen den... Den. Okej. Så det då. Och sen... Är det den vi ska nu? Nej, kolla!
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done.
Oh.
I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Ja, det har jag fått. Jaha, då står den stilla sen den då. Dessa har den där. Jag antar att det kommer med spindlar eller någon skit nu. Det fan kan man veta det. Oh, mother trucker. Jag sitter fast.
For a moment there, I thought that had never end.
Dra mig. Och Dexter fiser med örat mitt i fighten här. Nu tar jag rätt här. Nej, jag tar fel. Inga mer fucking jävla spindlar nu.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet. Sebastian, the relic! Look!
Could it be?
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle. Is that ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way, come on.
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
Yay! Never wanted to keep all this from Ominous.
Byta ut från den här skitten. Inga mer spindlar nu. Fan, jag hatar de här jävla spindlarna. De har gjort dem bra. Det är inte som World of Warcraft-spindlarna.
As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
Då har vi klarat det. Det är bara resten kvar.
I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like ominous. It'd only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
You'll spell.
I'm a goblin, not a dog!
You won't stop me.
Let's get it. What an unfortunate disappointment. Are you quite finished? You're so very weak. That was pitiful. That's embarrassing.
Do that! Keep out the way! We have to fight. Keep out of Thor's reach!
Well done. Bingo! Got him!
They're closing in!
Bingo! How childish!
You'll not be here. Got them. They'll retreat. We'll make them retreat.
You call that spell casting?
Potatoes!
Stop provoking them!
I'm handling it.
I'm handling it! Take on! Oh! No! Let me also! Stay back! Keep out the way!
Nej! Vad är hon isolerad? Åh, där kommer den till.
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
There was little time to react, but it was an unforgivable curse.
I acted in the moment. That's all. I shall make my uncle see reason. He cannot banish me from my own home, from my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Reparo.
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian acted rashly, but he acted out of instinct to save Anne.
Out of instinct? With an unforgivable curse? This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to go
Oh,
nowhere
det
near
var-
Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Level 28. Jag kommer inte inåt, eller kommer inte åt den där va?
Revelio.
Nej. Det är borta har vi inte varit. Vi kan gå dit en annan dag. De har något att sälja. Ja, eller fixa i ordning. Eller, ja, någonting.
Nothing to identify,
Nej, jag
for
tror
now
det.
at least.
Men har jag G, då hade jag va? Det var sämre. Får jag grejerna och destroya? Får jag det inte. Här med den har. Ah, jag har fått nya sådana. Den tar vi. Så. Vad har vi näst? Jag har ju 22, jag behöver inte ha det. Ja, vad coolt. Har vi några kvar där. Hurra! Vi pratar med henne igen. Kan vi göra. Du. Ja, vi ska se hur långt tills jag springer. Vi kan hoppa. Jag får inte vara dum. Nästan så det blir om från början sen.
I have been meaning to speak.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer. But I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him. As do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood.
Ja.
We are making progress, and we will succeed.
Nu har ni tjötat tillräckligt.
Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Revelio.
Välkommen in till min ölstuga som inte finns. Välkommen in till min ölstuga som inte finns.
Tack, Campus. Orkar jag hämta den? Jag tror inte jag gör det. Nej, inte nu. Kan vi göra en annan gång. Då ska vi se. In the shadow distance. Handicraft. Så vi tar den först innan vi tar den. Ska vi prata med han först eller? Hur långt är det? Jag bara springa hela tiden. Kommer ihåg när man körde World of Warcraft, hur mycket sprang man egentligen inte? Tjena och god morgon Kenny. Hur är läget?
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft, nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
Är du vaken nu Todd, så vi ska köra? Alltså prata färdigt med den här. Jag har
What did
kört
you
detta
mean
i
you
1,5
send
timme
Anne a
så det blir
crest
slagom.
so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this.
Ja, vänta bara.
I'll send you an hour when I have news.
Fan, gick man ut härifrån då? Ja, men dra mig i galoschen. Här var det. Vi ser om Conny orkar köra bort. Han ska iväg och festa idag.
Revelio.
Run around the castle after curfew! Have you any idea what sort of trouble you might get yourself into?
Can't see this being much good to our
Det som
heart.
plingar, något är det. Jag har missat någon här. Ja, det kan ju vara sånt man har upptäckt.
It's Black. He's coming.
Now look what you've done.
Pardon me. Is everything all right?
No, it's not. We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Also, what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, it was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where.
If only 2 bells are left, isn't it fairly easy to tell which goes where?
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to be tone deaf. Mother likes to say I couldn't carry a tune if it hopped on my back like a chocolate frog. No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before, for the sake of historical accuracy.
It's certainly an odd decree, even for Black. Taking down the bells for a headache.
I agree. I thought it might also have been that they interrupted his hourly naps. That's all he does in his office, you know. But then I heard... Can you keep a secret?
I can.
I heard from Alice, who heard from Ollie, who heard from Eugenia, that it's because the bells reminded him of his wedding day. Breaks out in a sweat every hour on the hour. But mum's the word.
Is it really that important that the bells go back up?
Is it really that important? They're part of the school's history. Those bells likely told a young Merlin that he was running late to Charms, or called Ignatia Wildsmith to dinner. We can't simply fiddle with history. We're meant to be its stewards.
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful.
Really?
The bells are in the bell tower, just above the music room. You're certainly of more help than Adelaide.
Ja, det är trucker. Men inte nu, vill jag inte
I
göra det.
imagine the bells are just inside the bell tower.
Yeah, the bell tower. Quest, vad har jag för quest? Den orkar jag inte, jag måste flyga så jävla måste ju träna på det. Keys, där har jag bara en kvar, den måste jag leta upp. And behind the moons. 0 av 9. Jag har en jävla massa tycker jag. Den kan vi ta länge. Jag väntar fortfarande på Conny och Tobbe. Jag vet inte vad som händer där. Innan jag kör något större. Innan jag drar iväg 1000 meter jättelångt bort. Och fuck. Motherfucker. Vad ska jag göra med det borta? Broom trail. Aj, fuck. Bells. Vad ska jag göra det för? Det är bara det som är. Ja, det är en sån här. Alltså. Jag skulle hjälpa Toby med någonting med. Vad fan var det? Jag håller med uriner då. Hur går det Tobbe? Får du tag på Conny Balle? Conny the balls. Conny with the big balls.
Revelio.
Hur fan var jag gjorde detta?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Right. Right. No! Ja. Jag hittade den utan att veta om det.
Oh, Herodiana. Better go inside and find those puzzles.
Nej, inga pussel.
To see if Herodiana Byrne was as good as Sophronia said she was.
Ja, klarar vi inte pusslarna så byter vi... Okej. Så jag har den i alla fall. Nej, det var inte det. Ska man ta den som är... Fuck! Aha!
That chest, that wasn't too hard. I wonder what's next.
Du skrattade. Ja, jag får klara den här. Vad är nästa? Ja, då ska jag se om jag klarar detta, annars så... Kolla här. Nej, inte färdig än.
I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Just one left.
Ja, det är sketjobbigt. Åh, snuskbulle. Ja, man kan gå ner, eller? Ja. Nej.
That relic is the key to saving Anne. I know it. Meet me outside of Feldcroft as soon as you can.
Ja, det ska vi inte stå. Det var alldeles för långt. Jag måste få den dit först, så måste jag... Aj, penis. Ja, det är ju får man säga. Penis är ett fint ord för snopp. Om ni inte visste det. Jag kan inte dra dit han. klurig. Den åker dit. Åker den dit. Jag kan inte hoppa så långt, va? Nej, det kunde jag inte. Det vill jag testa bara. Kan man dra ner den med då? Nej. Okej, den sitter ihop. Jag kan inte dela på den. Jag kommer bara dit. Alltså. Vet du vad, Tobbe? Jag hoppar nog in i... Thanks. Upp med dig. Jag trodde jag kunde stå på den, det kunde jag inte. Nej. Jag kan stå så här då. Den var så. Nej. Nej men penis. Ha det gött extra. Kul att kika in faktiskt. Du är ju en himla trevlig kille. Kolla här så. Det här hjälper inte mig nu. Jag gör någonting med den. Har den någonting med?
I see. The switch reset everything. Good to know.
Aha! Det visste jag inte.
That's the last of them. Seems I was a match for Herod. This must be the last piece of Herodiana's ensemble. It is remarkable. No wonder Sophronia wanted to see this.
Förklara det sista jag gjorde. Jag fick tänka till. Om hon kan vi prata med sen. Tack alla som är inne och tittar. Tack Mami för raiden. Tack Hampus och Black Shadow. Det blir 177 pers. Jag har sagt att jag kör 12 timmar så det är bra. Fuck. Det blir inte bra. Skitsak samma. Nu blir det World of Tanks med Tobbe-gubben. Ha det bra så länge. Adjö.